Yo, what's going on, guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Stories 2. And today I want to talk about 15 new things we got to see in the most recent trailer, the most recent stream. Of course, if you guys caught the last stream where they showed off not only the stuff for Update 3.0, which we've been enjoying for Rise, but they also gave us some new stories, gameplay, some footage and stuff. And in that trailer, we got to see some new monsters, some new characters. We got to see some new locales, so this video is basically just going to talk about some of that new stuff in the event that you have missed it. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. If you're excited for the game, make sure you stick around because it is not that far away and we will be diving deep into Monster Hunter Stories 2, so you definitely don't want to miss it. But we've got a lot to talk about, so let's get started and let's begin with the new areas. One of the new areas is called Loloska. This is a frigid region that is located next to Alcala, and it's known for its snowy mountains that tower over the surrounding snowfields. Already, it's a great area. It's snowy. I like my snowy areas. But more importantly, we can also see some Zammites in this area, and they're not going to do the old bait and switch like they did in Monster Hunter Rise. Zammites are cool here, but we do also have Zamtrios in this game, which I am incredibly happy about. But in one of the screenshots, we can also see the player riding a Nagakuga, which we did of course see in the first co-op gameplay. Only a short snippet, but it is of course still nice to see that in screenshots. Following on from there, we then have Quan village, which is located in Loloska. This village is still recovering from the damage it received as a result of the Black Blight. It's Avinia's hometown, and under the leadership of Chief Dol, it is home to many riders. You then have Pomodoro Garden, which is a wonderful looking area filled with flowers and trees in full bloom. You can make your way down one of the paths lined with cherry blossoms to find the Turga volcano trail. Of course, in the screenshots, we get to see the area looking really nice, and we also get to see the rare monster den, as well as a player character with both T-Rex and Mizu in their respective armors. You then have Turga, which is the Turga Volcano Trail, which will lead you to the base of the volcano. There's a cave with crystals formed by the intense heat of flowing lava that can be found there. And in this area, we can see the player riding a Diablos, a normal monster den, and lots of lava, and some Udoktors as well. And then finally, to round out for the areas, we also have the Feline Shelter. This, of course, the settlement that lies at the edge of the Pomodoro Garden, and it's populated only by felines. And if you really like your palicos, this just might be your favourite place. However, moving on from there, we then of course have the new system in this game called Rage Raid Monsters. I would say it's not exactly the easiest thing to roll off the tongue, but basically throughout the game world there are mysterious pits that are emitting light that are causing nearby monsters to become more violent. The guild is calling these lights the Rage Rays, hence the Rage Raid Monsters, and all around there are reports of monsters becoming aggressive and people being attacked near the pits. And when a monster is Rage Raid, its eyes turn red, and the guild believes that when this happens, the affected monster possesses a fierce, unruly power. Now on the list of kind of new confirmed monsters, obviously expanding the existing roster, we have Astalos, which is fantastic. Of course, the flying wyvern with the higher voltage electricity within their bodies. It is one of my favourite. In fact, I'm going to say it's the second best of the Fated Four. Of course, number one is still Glavenus, let's be honest, but it then goes Raizex, then Gammoth, and then Mizutsune. Yes, that is definitely the correct order. Astalos will shudder violently to charge up whatever body part they plan to attack with, and they are a naturally aggressive species. In the battle tip section of the website, it says that Astalos can change form by generating electricity, and when this happens, you need to be extra careful because their attack patterns will change as well. The kinship skill for this one is Astalos Pulse. We then have one of the reasons this is going to be one of the greatest games this year. We have Lagiacris. Now, I know there's a different pronunciation for this. Some people like to say Lagiacris. I say Lagiacris. Let's not fight about it. But the point is, it's a fantastic monster. My favourite monster. I love it. And it's just cool to see it back. Apparently they don't want to put it in Rise. Apparently they're hiding it from me. So I'm going to go and enjoy it in Stories instead. It was obviously in Stories 1, so that was a fantastic addition to my team. We also had Ivory as well. We haven't had confirmation that Ivory will be in this one just yet. I still do hope we see it. But, of course, Lagiacris are leviathans that sit atop the aquatic food chain, and it strikes fear into the heart of any sailor who traverses the sea, and they of course have the ability to deliver nasty electric shocks. After storing electricity, they unleash powerful attacks on all enemies. Keep in mind that if you have low defense against thunder element attacks, you will receive great damage when struck. And the kinship skill for this is Thunderous Blast. We then have Barioth, of course, the flying wyvern that rules the frozen wastes, armed with the characteristic giant tusks and sharp spikes. Their spiky scale wings and tails allow them to run effortlessly across the ice. And the kinship skill for this one is Ground Cyclone. We then have Zamtrios, again, another favourite of mine, a monster I am so happy to see back. These are definitely 2 monsters that will be in my team. In fact, so far I'm going to have Astalos, Lagiacris and Zamtrios. But this, of course, is the amphibian, known for the astonishing changes that occur when they coat their bodies in icy armour. They're able to create armour by spraying themselves with a special kind of liquid that builds up in their bodies. When they change form, their attack patterns also change. They'll focus their efforts on those inflicted with abnormal statuses, so try to stop them as quickly as possible. Their kinship skill is Freezing Spouts. We then, of course, have Wrathion. I don't really need to explain what Wrathion is. You guys have seen it many times before, but regardless, it's still cool. Poison damage from the tail, and the kinship skill is Scorching Slice. And we have Diablos, of course, again, making a return, a fierce flying wyvern. According to the website, they will attack any who stray into their territory, and of course, they use their huge horns to perform dash attacks to devastating effects. They burrow underground repeatedly, and of course, will come up unleashing devastating damage, and their kinship skill is the Fiendish Cyclone. However, on top of the new monsters, we also got a few new characters. So we have Avinia. She is back from the first game. She's a rider from Quan village. Her monster is Barioth named Frostfang. And having been through many trials and tribulations together, Avinia and Frostfang have formed an unbreakable bond of trust. She focuses her energy on rebuilding her village that was destroyed by the Black Blight. You also have Orgo, who is the big cat guy with the eye patch. I really like him. He lives in the Feline Shelter along with the other felines who had their village destroyed by an environmental abnormality, and his catchphrase is positively claudacious. He is, I just love the puns. And then finally you have Oldede. He is back too. He's the guy who teaches you the rite of channeling in Stories 1, a mysterious wyverian who you meet high up in the snowy mountains. His favourite food is hot spring dumplings, and he gets weak in the knees when he's around attractive young women. But according to the official website, he may also know a way to control a monster's power. So, there you have it. That's a little rundown on some of the new stuff that we got from the most recent trailer, the website. So if you guys are excited for stories, that is your update. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you want to catch more from us at Arekkz Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below. And of course, you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.